We are back, episode 22 of Inside the Diamond here, YouTube, X, wherever you're tuning in from. We appreciate you stopping by. Spend a little bit of time with us and talking some baseball here. Ethan, we're back finally in the second half. Did a few shows last week during the break, and that was some good stuff, but now we actually have some baseball and a lot of it to talk about with the first weekend nearly here in the rear view. Rangers game is what, in the 7th? I think it just went to commercials. I looked over. But Ethan, man, it's been a long weekend. How are you doing?
Good, man. Great first weekend of baseball since the break. It just feels again. I know that people are kind of losing their minds not having regular baseball for a couple of days, but I think we're just back in action and just ready to be back talking some ball, man.
I found myself really bored over the course of the
yeah.
later half of last week, and now thank God that's in the rear view. Been trying to get a lot of draft stuff out, but fact of the matter is, Ethan, you know how hard that's been for me to summarize, so I haven't been able to get that out yet, but I do apologize for that. It will be out probably within the next week, as soon as, I can, because draft obviously is long gone. We're like a week removed from it, so trying to make sure that's relevant enough at least. But what we're doing here tonight is we're recapping that first weekend of the second half. A lot of games, a lot of good stuff. A little bit of trouble for the Dodgers I'm seeing, Ethan. I don't know if you saw Clayton Kershaw's post game.
Didn't see the post game, but we could jump honestly right into it. Brewers took down the Dodgers today 6-5. I think the biggest key takeaway that I made in the notes for us today, the Milwaukee are now 9-0 in the Andrew Vaughn era. that is something that I think 2 weeks ago, if you would have told me that, I would have thought you were crazy. 9-0 in the Andrew Vaughn era. He goes 2 for 3 with 2 walks. And this is back-to-back times where the Brewers have actually swept the Dodgers. I know they're getting reinforcements back. I know Snell's kind of back as well.
Rehabbing.
Not ideal right now for the Dodgers. Trevor Reese hit a home run too, like 400 plus feet to dead center. I think there was an unfortunate MLB post about someone dogging him before the game, and he ended up going deep to center, which was great to see. And Andy Pages, granted, they still lost the game, but he went 2 for 4 with a double. He's still hitting over 280 at 282, and he has an OPS approaching 800. So Andy Pages has been unbelievable, and Andrew Vaughn for the Brewers has almost just been like a light switch. They were already pretty good, but this team is tied right now, I think, with the best record in baseball. They've been so good.
Yeah, not even just Andrew Vaughn. I mean, it's like other names that you normally wouldn't expect to be producing at the level they're producing. Sal Frelick's been great this year, and he's one of those guys that, I look at and kind of expect him to produce a little bit. Obviously, Lewis very high on him. Early in the offseason made me think that, I got to be watching Sal Frelick a little bit more.
Yeah.
Not just him, but
watch.
Dude, yeah, but not just him. Isaac Collins, and we've talked about him a little bit. I know you're very high on him, but dude, a 285 WRC plus second half before today. Obviously, I know that's like 2 games that we're reading off of, but still, like, he was great before that. And Caleb Durbin, man.
Yeah,
he's been really, really good.
Really good.
Going into this game, he had a 375 average to start the second half off, slugging 1,000 as well over those couple of games. I mean, I'm excited to see what he does in the second half. That was a piece I was a little upset the Yankees got rid of in that Devin Williams trade, but at least happy to see him actually having some success over there in Milwaukee. Other than that, man, Joey Ortiz has looked good to start off the second half as well. Brewers, they're just rolling, man. Like you said, the Andrew Vaughn
and you
era.
got Andrew Von Aaron, and you got Jackson Chourio. I think last year in the second half was a 12 home run, 12 stolen base guy with like a 3+ F4. He was a top 10 player to end the second half. So if Jackson Chourio can get hot again, he had an okay first half to his standards. In terms of the counting stats, they were pretty solid, but the OPS stuff was still kind of down relative to last year. But if he gets going again in the second half, like we saw last year, this Brewers team is really, really good. And this is without them making moves at the deadline right now.
Yeah, Chourio hit 3 balls over 100 miles an hour today.
Stupid. He's going to go crazy in the second half.
Actually, all of them were over 105.
Yeah, not a bad day.
All 3 off. 2 of the 3 off of Clayton Kershaw.
Mm-hmm.
So he looks fine. Brewers, man, they look really good. Like they look really, really good.
Really good.
Let's move it on to their NL West team that actually took a W today. Diamondbacks won 5-3 over the Cardinals. Miles Mikolas bump day, man. It happened again. Cardinals get another L with Mikolas on the bump. Merrill Kelly looked really good in this one, though. Ethan, 6 innings pitched on 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, but he did strike out 5 as well. He now has a 3.32 ERA. And as you mentioned, he remains underrated
So underrated. If Mira Kelly is moved at the deadline to a contending team, it makes them so much better. And I mean, we can even go into the main man. If you haven't been watching Diamondbacks games, you still have been seeing Eugenio Suarez highlights. This guy now has back to back multi home run games. It's unbelievable. He's up to what 35 right now, and he has a 929 OPS. If there is a trade package right now with an Eugenio Suarez or a Zach Gallen or a Merrill Kelly, that team is going to be unbelievable. I know this is probably not going to happen. What if Suarez went to a team like the Brewers? Like, what if they just dumped everything and were willing to go all in? They upgrade the third base position where Joey Ortiz isn't playing there every single day, and they just go in and get a guy like Suarez. I know he probably fits more of like the New York profile, but yeah, like Suarez has been unreal. And I think he has 3 multi home run games in his last 7 total games. Like it's ridiculous what he's doing right now. You get caught up in like the Judge and Kyle Raleigh home run race. Eugenio Suarez is pretty much just saying hold my beer at this point.
He's proving now why he's been one of the just most premier power hitters in the league for not just the last couple of years. He's been that since he was on the Mariners, dude. Like he's just been an unbelievable power
and with
bat.
The Reds too. I think he had a 50 home run year with the Reds or 45 plus home runs with the Reds.
He's a 150 WRC plus the past calendar year.
Yeah.
He's honestly, I think, been like a top 10 player in baseball as far as ever goes the last like year. That
I would say so. Eugenio Suarez is like a walking 4 to 5 win player, and I know you get caught up in the home runs and stuff. This guy still is able to field the ball greatly at third base, and you're getting 30 plus home run upside easily. I mean, that's probably like the floor right now, and I think a lot of people were kind of down on him going into the year, but he's just really taken a revival this year, and he's just been one of the best power hitters in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, the last calendar year, he has 6 F4, which is 10th among qualified Major League hitters. That's higher than guys like Ellie De La Cruz, Vlad Jr., Manny Machado, Kyle Tucker, Jeremy Pena, James Wood, Matt Olson, Tatis. I mean, dude, the list goes on. Gunnar Henderson, Kyle Schwarber, Julio Rodriguez, Trey Turner, Jackson Merrill. By F4, I mean, Suarez has been better than all these guys.
Yeah, I think over the month he has 11 home runs, and now it's actually counting the 2 that he hit. So it's 13 home runs in the last 31 days. It'd be number 1 in Major Baseball. The only other 2, I think, can't remember the second name, but the other one was Kyle Stowers.
Yeah, I can't remember the other name either. But yeah. Hot take, Ryan McMahon is the best move for a team needing a third baseman. Dude, it comes up every single episode. And, now that we're near the deadline, I'm not too surprised. But Ryan McMahon is a topic of conversation, it seems like, every single time we go live.
Yeah. He had a decent day today. I think he only has a 710 OPS, and that's still playing in cores. I would like it. I don't know how he does outside of cores. In terms of like the impact, I think it wouldn't be it'd be solid just because he wouldn't be like the main target on the Rockies, like other than like a Hunter Goodman or like when a Michael Toglia is hot or some of these other guys. He's probably like the second or third option. And if he goes to a team where he's like hitting 6th or 7th and people aren't worrying about him as much, he could improve. I just want to see what's with another team because I'm still like hit or miss with him because, like I said, I think his OPS right now is 710.
Yeah, and you mentioned the fact that you don't know how he's going to do away from cores, and we've seen kind of what he's done in his career on the away side of the ball, and 82 WRC plus compared to 94 when he's at cores. Everything across the board is pretty much lower. He does walk like a smidge more when he's on the road, but
yeah,
strikeout is up like 3 ticks on the K rate, and then batting average is from 263 at cores to 216 on the road. So that's not really what you want to see there.
He reminds me of if like Luis Robert is probably going to get moved. I don't know exactly to which team, maybe like a Phillies type move, but he reminds me of a Luis Robert thing where it's like you go from playing on a really, really poor team and you're like one of the 2 guys that is circled every single day. And then you go to a contending team where you're hitting 6th or 7th and you're kind of down in that lineup, kind of how Gavin Sheets was doing with San Diego. He's been, breaking out this. I could definitely see that for a guy like Ryan McMahon.
Yeah. I think the change of scenery will do him some justice if he gets it, which I assume now that he's not playing at that all-star caliber level at this point, that he is probably going to be moved.
Right.
But Jordan Walker went 2 for 3 with an RBI and a walk today.
I had to include that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm so believing in Jordan Walker, even though he's been pretty poor again this year. But yeah, 2 for 3 with the walk for Jordan Walker. You'll take that.
I'm gonna see how hard the balls that he hit were. I don't know if they were actually hit pretty hard. Jordan Walker. He had one at 98.4, so he didn't really hit the ball hard today.
But. Yeah, I mean, with how he's doing at the plate right now, you'll take him any freaking way you'll get them. Anyway.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, man. Let's keep it moving though. We're back. We're staying with these West teams. We're going with a division matchup now. The Astros and the Mariners. Astros, man, they took down M's today, 11-3. Victor Caratini, bro, he's been so good for the Astros this year. And we talk a lot about how good they are and how, even you say it all the time, they look like the best team in the American League. Victor Caratini has not gotten his flowers nearly enough. And
no.
I mean, 3 for 5 today with 3 RBIs. I love how you threw this in there. He's a backup catcher and he's hitting 272 with an OPS near 800.
I mean, dude, if your backup catcher has an OPS around 800 and he mashes right-handed pitching, that's like as complete of a team as you can get. I don't know if you saw the Isak yesterday. That sucked. I don't know what's going on with that. He like pulled his hamstring, but even like the reports after the game said it didn't look good. So hopefully he's back at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Victor Caratini had a hell of a day. Taylor Trammell went off. His second home run with the Astros, first on the road. He went 3 for 4 with that walk in the home run. And I had to throw in JP Crawford, man. We've talked about it countless times on the show. This guy's walking at an elite level again, and that's just proving to his overall production like we saw. It was last year or 2 years ago when he led in walks and was hitting around 300. But today, 2 for 5 with 2 doubles. He's hitting 288 with an OPS at 779, approaching 800. Great day for Trammell. Great day for JP Crawford. And the Astros still look unbelievable. And that's, without a guy like Isak Paredes, hopefully he just comes back soon. But the Astros just keep on rolling.
I love seeing a guy like Taylor Trammell do good too. The Yankee fan in you love seeing that.
Yep.
But dude, JP Crawford's been having a quietly good year. And I feel like when he's always doing good, he's just a quiet hitter.
I think so too. I think a lot of it gets talked about like when he had a down year. I believe it was last year in 2023 was the really good year. But I feel like he only gets like mainly talked about when like he's not performing up to standards rather than like this year when he's having another solid year. We've mentioned countless times how deep shortstop is. He was a top 10 F4 player to end the first half among shortstop. So he deserves his flowers. He's been really solid there for the Mariners. And I mean, it's kind of hard to find a better, everyday shortstop than JP Crawford for, the amount he's getting and the value he provides for the Mariners. He's just like a perfect fit there for me.
He's the perfect bridge for when these guys that they have in the farm are actually ready to come up, like the Cole Emersons, and who knows if Cole Young's going to take that spot.
He's like turning into a veteran now, which is like so weird to say.
It really is. But no, I mean, despite the 11-3 loss, I mean, Crawford's numbers are definitely a positive for Mariners fans today. Moving down, Rockies lost today again. No surprise there. Lost to the Twins 7-1 today. Cody Clemens, 2 for 5 with a triple, and he's now OPSing 831. Royce Lewis as well. Somebody, I don't know if it was in my comments or I think it was Sam's when Sam was talking about a player who disappointed, but they'll never stop believing in them or something. Royce Lewis was a name that popped up in that comment section, and what do you know? He hit a home run. Actually, 2 home runs today.
2 home
runs today, and now that WRC plus is from 61 to 74 just from that game.
Yeah, not bad for a guy like Royce Lewis. I mean, he's been kind of poor for like 80 games now. It's not even just like the 41 or 42 we've seen this year. It's been a larger sample size, but the talent is so there that it's really hard to be bought out on him. And this guy smiles all the time, even when he's struggling. I don't know if you saw him celebrating the second home run with Carlos out of the dugout. Dude, he was so happy. Like, granted, the Twins are probably going to maybe sell off some guys, maybe in their bullpen. I know that today there was a lot of Rays scouts, Philly scouts, looking at bullpen arms and maybe other pieces that are going to be tradable. But if Royce Lewis has a really good second half down the stretch with Carlos Correa, who's capable of playing better baseball, regardless of if they sell guys or not, that's huge for the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, I always find it interesting that like big league orgs send scouts to games. I don't know if that's really stupid. Like, I think it's cool. Like, I think it's really cool.
I think it's badass. You imagine, working for whatever team. They're like, hey, like we need you on the 8 a.m. You're going to go scout Victor
Oh,
Vodnik
no,
today for
no,
the
it's super
Rockies.
cool, but, like, with all the technology you have and,
Oh
like, the
yeah,
StatCast available on
100%,
your computer, like, I'm
100%,
so surprised that they still send these guys out, but
100%. Yeah,
no, it's really cool. That might be more of, like, a old traditional baseball thing than, like, we actually need them there in
right.
person, but, I mean, nothing beats having real eyes on the scene. But Joe Ryan today, absolutely dominant as well. Innings pitched on 5 hits, 1 earned run, 0 walks, 11 strikeouts. I spent a lot of time this weekend, Ethan, with Red Sox fans, and every single one of them that I was around mentioned the fact that they're going to trade for Joe Ryan.
Joe Ryan is not getting traded. For people like it's the same thing with like the Clase and Duran thing.
Yeah.
If Duran gets traded, or let's say if somehow Joe Ryan gets traded, which it's just not going to happen. They've already said it. The package would be crazy, and people aren't even willing to accept that. David Robertson, 40 years old today, signed for $6 million. Can you imagine a trade in this market right now? it would be pretty sizable. But yeah, Joe Ryan, 2.63 ERA on the season. He's been unbelievable. I had to throw in Jordan Beck, 3 for 4, and he's OPS and close to 800 at 791. And Ryan McMahon, we talked about him a little earlier. He did go 2 for 4 with 2 doubles, 710 OPS. It's one of those guys where if you put him in a new scenery, he's not the number 2 or number 3 guy. He's the 6th or 7th. I think he performs a lot better. I don't know if I think you guys are probably leaning towards Ke'Bryan Hayes a little bit more than a Ryan McMahon.
Yeah.
I could see by your reaction. I don't know if you're buying that.
If it's just him, I'm not. But, like, if we get, like, a Mitch Keller or a Bednar, like, three guys, man. Throw IKF in there, too.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Bednar or package for you guys would be icing. Because you guys probably need, at least 2 relievers right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say at least 2.
Yeah, the bullpen game against the Braves showed we needed a bit of help there. So, yeah, we need a reliever or 2 or 3
or 3. I mean, 3's not maybe 3.
But no, I mean, at least like Jordan Beck and like Ryan McMahon are still doing like something at the plate though in a 7-1 loss, not making it look totally ridiculous.
100%. Yeah, I mean, before we go to the Red Sox, like, dude, the fact that Cody Clemens, like, I think he's still hitting like 215, but he has over 800 OPS. Like, that's a decent development for the Twins. Like, not as an everyday player. Maybe he gets maybe he gets 2 starts max a week or 5 starts over the course of 2 weeks. If that's a guy that can have around like a 750 to 800 OPS with sneaky pop from the left-hand side, that's not bad for the Twins.
No, not at all. No, he's a great bat. I mean, we saw how on fire he was. I can't remember what month in the early season that was. It might have been like May or something.
Oh, bro, he torched the Rays. Yeah,
crazy. Went crazy in the month of May, or I want to say, but at least in the early season, he was going crazy. So to see him start off the second half like this, right. Really promising to see. Especially when the Twins, we were talking about them as like selling off kind of everything almost. I think even before like the All-Star break started.
So, oh yeah, for sure.
But a really underrated pitching matchup today that I didn't see a lot of people talking about: Garrett Crochet against Cade Horton.
Yeah, I mean, Garrett Crochet, 6 innings, 1 earned run with 5 Ks. I mean, Toby, the dude has a 2.19 ERA. Granted, the package that the White Sox received was pretty solid, and I think we've agreed on that a few times.
Very fair.
You get an absolute dog. Like, he's going to be in those talks with like Scoop Ball and Skeens, like Zach Wheeler. I think you kind of exactly know what Garrett Crochet is doing. Like, he's maybe one of those 4 guys that I mentioned. He's one of 4, 1 or 5 guys. You know exactly what he's giving you. Cade Horton with that cut right fastball. Go look at the baseball savant data. It's absolutely insane the way his fastball moves. 5 2/3 innings today. 2 hits, 3 walks, no earned runs, and 4 Ks. The offense today for the Red Sox was electric. They were out of the game. I think it was a 1-0 game up until like the 7th inning. Wilyer Bray had an absolute day. 2 for 3 with a walk, 3 RBIs, included 2 absolute bombs. The dude has a 842 OPS, and this guy got so disrespected in the offseason, even among Red Sox fans. I thought it was crazy. The trade packages were like bags of chips for Wilyer Abreu when he was unbelievable last year. And this is a guy that has, I think he's like top 7% in OAA, and other than maybe Ronald Acuna Jr. or a Jones in right field, He's got one of the best arms in Major League Baseball. Absolute great day for him. I don't know if you saw it too. Alex Bregman came off the bench and fucking smoked
Yeah,
a
I saw that.
3-run home run. Smoked it. Shout out Rafael Enjoy. He was here or he was at the game today. Yeah, he's hitting 294 with a 921 OPS. I was looking at the second half splits for Bregman because this is a guy that we've agreed that is going to go absolutely insane in the second half. 1.6 WRC plus with a 380 WOBA. You get him going with a guy like Roman Anthony, Marcelo Meyer, Cedon Rafaela, who's been one of the best players in Major League Baseball for the last month and a half, which has been a crazy development considering people wanted to get rid of him in the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season. That offense is going to be insane. It's going to be really good.
Yeah. And I mean, you jotted down Roman Anthony coming in today, had a near 62% hard hit rate over the month. Second to only Corey Seager.
Bro, like, that's insane.
No, like what they're getting out of their young guys right now is unreal. And you expect kind of Roman Anthony to come in and produce like that, but to be among names like Corey Seager and metrics that really matter, like that hard hit rate number, I mean, I don't think there's a more promising thing to see than that. Maybe than, I mean, him just going up there and hitting a home run every time. But while it was a 6-1 loss for the Cubs today, PCA did go 2 for 4. He had 2 doubles, and Dansby Swanson also went 2 for 4. Had 2 hard hits, and now has an OPS at 725. So PCA, man, I got in like an argument with someone on TikTok like at the start of the season about how like PCA was not like overrated, or like it wasn't even that he was overrated. It was that this guy was saying to like trade him now while his value's high or something.
Absolutely stupid.
And I think the bottom line was we were going to revisit the convo around August and see where PCA was at. He hasn't really dropped down at all.
No, and I know people are like concerned about like the whiff rate, the zone contact rate. Sounds very similar to a guy in your farm system who's been absolutely raking.
Mm-hmm.
But I get the concern with PCA, but at the same time, this guy makes some of the best bad pitch quality contact I've ever seen. This guy is literally hammering home runs a foot out of the top of the zone. And Spencer Jones has been doing the same thing too in the minors. I think he's 25, another one today. So for the people that are dogging on PCA and expecting the regression, we're approaching August. Like this guy has been unbelievable. It's been unbelievable this year. I think he's still the only guy on pace for a 40-40 season.
Yeah, I believe so. No, he's been unbelievable. And I mean, he's just pushing for an MVP at this point.
I mean, I would say so.
Yeah. Did you see the video his girlfriend posted on TikTok, the red carpet?
I did not know.
So funny. No, he's just a lot of fun on and off the field. And I mean, whatever adjustments he made in the offseason, dude, I mean,
dude, his lower half adjustment, like that's the main thing that he made. And everything from bottom up starts with your bottom in terms of power. And he's made that adjustment. He's just been hammering the baseballs. I think it was like the second or third episode we recorded when he was at like 8 or 9 home runs. And we were like, yeah, like we're expecting like max 20 home runs. Bro, this guy is probably going to hit 30 plus with 40 plus steals. And he's playing some of the best defense you'll see in center field. He's just a complete player.
We might have to find that clip because I remember that. And it took him, I think, like a month after that show to actually hit his 20th home run.
Yeah, no, I know. He went on a little bit of a cold streak.
What do you think like the max is for a guy like PCA this year? Like, do you think like 40-40 is because now we got to set another new number. So do we think 40-40 off, or do we think there's a chance we could see PCA hit 50?
Let me see how many he has right now off the top of my head.
Because if he's close to 30, I would say that there would be a shot in the
He's got 20. He's got 26.
So I'd say I'd cap out like 43, 44.
I'm going to say, I don't know if he hits 40. Like, I mean, projected he's probably going to hit 40. He's got 26 and 97 games.
I realistically can't see more than that happening, but so I think
I think 30. I think maybe 38, 37, 38.
That'd still be
I mean, yeah, no one expected this. Not even maybe PCA. So
I think people expected PCA to have 38 home runs like after year 3 of his career.
yeah, for sure. Like I said, I think we were like in the 15 to 20 max with PCA, but he's turned an insane corner that no one thought would be possible.
Yeah, but that's all for the Cubs and the Red Sox. Honestly, one of the best games of the day, even though it was like a margin of 5 runs in that. But moving down to a game that happened about an hours out to me, and I'm a little mad I didn't go to this one because this was the way the Marlins are playing right now. I really should have made the trip down for a Chris Bubic start against them.
You
I would
should
have seen a
have.
really good game. The Royals took it 7-4. Bubic went 5 innings pitched on 3 hits, 0 earned, 1 walk, 2 Ks. He now has an ERA lowered down to 2.38. Unbelievable stuff.
I mean, I think a lot of people were expecting Cole Reagan to just absolutely dominate. Granted, there's like injury and I think he has like a 5+ ERA. His expected ERA is like 2.6, so he's been really unlucky. Chris Bubic has just taken over the rotation this year. He has been, I think, above and beyond what people were expecting. I know he was probably the most popular breakout candidate for starting pitchers. I think he's blown some of the expectations out of the water. The fact that he's a sub 2.4 and we're going into August is very, very solid for Chris Bubic.
Yep. I agree. He's been lights out for him. And it was Seth Lugo here, and now we're seeing Chris Bubic here step up when, like you said, Cole Reagan's kind of hasn't had everything go his way. Salvador Perez today, 2 for 4 with a double and a homer. He now has his OPS at 738. And I like what you said here in the notes to look for him to have a bounce back second half, because I would be very surprised if he doesn't have a bit of a better second half, especially with a guy like Carter Jensen making his way up the ranks there in the farm right now. Yeah. Like 6 homers already in the month of July, just raking. And obviously coming off that game appearance is going to have a lot of momentum into the second half too. So, but on the Marlins side of the ball, Agustin Ramirez continues to just rake. He went 2 for 5 today, double and 2 RBIs. His advanced profile, honestly, for what a 23-year-old looks amazing. The average exit velo in the 86th percentile. Bat speed, he's one of those young guys that can just swing the bat so hard. Ethan, he's in the 88th percentile for that as well. With a guy like Salvador Perez and performing the way that he is, I'm not surprised that the Marlins, turned things up to another level today. But Ethan, I mean, you got to love what you're seeing out of a guy like Agustin Ramirez.
I mean, Agustin Ramirez, I think right now probably has a top 5 right-handed swing. It is breathtaking to watch, and we saw it in that 2 home run game against the Mariners. The follow through is something else. The next episode that we record, we will make the intro, the Agustin Ramirez 2 home run game swing. But yeah, I mean, simply probably just one of the highest upside catchers, except maybe Baldwin in terms of those rookie guys. The defensive profile isn't the best, but when you're going to have probably 25+ home runs in your career, doesn't really matter what you bring too much behind the plate as long as you're a little serviceable. But we're seeing a guy, and honestly, just the Mariners in general, with a guy like Kyle Stowers that has been unbelievable. Otto Lopez has the most RBIs over the last 32 days, which is ridiculous. And then you have August, who's just been, I think, above and beyond what I've expected. The Marlins have a really solid little core going on there.
I agree. They're really fun to watch. And I mean, you did that whole piece on Kyle Stowers earlier. What's going on right there is really fun. And that we didn't even talk about anything with the pitchers or their farm. I mean, a lot to love right now. And their draft class is awesome. So
yeah, draft was good too.
You'll probably be seeing a lot of Marlins content from me in the near future, I'd say next couple months, because I want to get out to some of these affiliate games and see some of their new picks play. Get some content there. That'd be a lot of fun, I think. But Guardians and the A's. Guardians won 8-2 today. Nick Kurtz 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and a walk. He now has an OPS near 950 at 949. Over the last 2 weeks, Kurtz includes the game before at the All-Star break. He had wait, dude, I couldn't even get this out, Ethan. Reading this, I don't even believe it. 100% hard hit rate at stretch of the last week, including games.
Dude, Nick Kurtz over the last 9 games had a hard hit rate of 100%.
Yeah, no, I literally started over that.
That makes no sense.
No.
He was the only guy that was obviously the only guy at 100%. There wasn't anyone even in the 80s. I think there was a couple players in the 70s. But the fact that for a week plus, every single ball that Nick Kurtz was hitting was over 95 miles an hour is absolutely incredible. I know we've talked a lot about the Wilson Rookie of the Year stuff. He was a slam dunk pick. I'm not going to lie. I'm taking Nick Kurtz the rest of the year.
Yeah, he's got to be the favorite now.
I would say he's been probably the best first baseman in baseball for the last month and a half.
Yeah.
I think he has 13 or 14 home runs over his last 30 games. He's emerging as, I would say, top 3 to top 5 at the absolute worst. Even dynasty players that are watching, he's probably third in Dynasty, just considering his age right now.
Yeah.
What we see from Nick Kurtz from the left-hand side, the easy pop, especially going to dead center. Granted, that ballpark is a bandbox, but he's gone 440 a bunch of times there to dead center. The swing is unbelievable. The way that he's able to generate his bottom half to the baseball and through his swing is effortless. Nick Kurtz is just an absolute stud.
Yeah. No, and I still can't believe the 100% hard hit rate. Like, we
Makes no
talked about
sense.
that before we went on the air, and I still like stumbled words reading that because of like I saw the 100% and had to double take that. Like, that is like crazy. And he's plus 200, by the way, right now for AL Rookie of the Year.
I think he's going to win the AL Rookie of the Year.
That's if you think that's good value, go out and get it right now, because currently Cam Smith is plus 162, Jacob Wilson's plus 112. So there's not really anybody favored on the books right now. It's really just a toss up, and then you've got Roman Anthony behind him at plus 50, who we'll see if he continues to just like rake. We'll see how much he throws his name into that convo. The list is really interesting, man. I mean, just all of these AL rookies are really fun to watch. Like, just going down the line here to guys that don't even have a shot: Narvaez, Dominguez, Chandler Simpson, Marcelo Mayer, Noah Cameron, Jack Caglione. It's a pretty damn good time right now to be following rookies in the MLB. And I know you kind of made a piece about this. I don't remember when that was, but it was a while ago. I mean, this is just the best time for young players right now in the game of baseball.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. The fact that you have a shortstop right now that's hitting well over 300, and by the way, was going through a cold stretch. He had an absolute tank last night. And then you have his teammate that is emerging as one of the best first basemen in baseball, that has the most home runs over, I think, his last like 30 to 32 games. The talent's crazy. And Roman Anthony too. I wouldn't be surprised if Roman Anthony pops 12 to 13 home runs in the second half. I wouldn't be surprised in the absolute slightest. This guy, like we've already mentioned, he's been hitting the ball, other than Corey Seager, the hardest in Major League Baseball for the last 31, 32 days.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that number. 12 to 13 home runs, maybe in the second half. I could see that for sure.
I could see that.
Yeah. But it's crazy that, the A's lost today, and we haven't mentioned a single thing about the Guardians, who beat them 8-2 and actually had a very good game. Ethan Williams today looked insane. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk to 11 strikeouts, and his ERA is now down to 3.54 on the year. On the offensive end, David Fry, I want to see him look more like his 2024 self so bad, because that's such a fun player.
He's been awful this year, to put it lightly. I didn't even want to include I think it was like a $191 batting average with a sub 560 OPS or something like that.
Hey, but 2-5 today with 4 RBIs, that'll play just nicely.
Oh, yeah.
And Angel is as well, 3 for 5 with a double and a homer. So a great day at the plate for those two. Not typically guys you see in the box score for the Cleveland Guardians, but if they're going to win games, they're going to need those guys to step up as well. So while the A's are, and I'll die on this hill, the most fun last place team in baseball, you got to give, we say this all the time, you got to give your flowers to Gavin Williams and the Guardians here for what they did today.
Gavin Williams has been struggling with the walks all year, and the fact that he went out there and shoved with 11 Ks and 1 walk, that is really promising.
I mean, dude, you could really project him to have a monster second half too.
I would say so. My dad and I got in an argument when we were playing the A's. This team is not good. I'm like, okay, go look at their top 5. You have Rooker, you have Lawrence Butler, you have Kurtz, you have Jacob Wilson, you have all of these guys, and their record is, I would say, super misleading, because you can't pitch in the Luis Severino's splits. If you want to look at them, they're hilarious. He's a decent pitcher on the road. He has almost a 6 or 7 ERA at home. Going up against that team and pumping out 11 Ks with 1 walk, that's a really, really good offense.
Yeah.
And even if their overall team numbers are down, this is a team that has no problems going out there and scoring 12, 13 runs on a daily basis.
No. So that's a really promising thing to see from a guy like Gavin Williams there. Also, like we mentioned already, from some of the guys in the Guardians order that you just don't really see producing on a daily basis. Moving on down, really strong outing between 2 left-handers in the Mets and Reds game, Ethan. David Peterson and Andrew Abbott. Both 6 innings pitched, but David Peterson slightly had the edge here today. 0 earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 4 Ks. Abbott did have 5 strikeouts, but he did give up 2 earned runs on 6 hits. So, unfortunately, lost the duel there between him and Peterson. But I love how you mentioned this in the notes as well, Ethan, that Peterson's just a reliable arm for the Mets this year at a 2.90 ERA. I don't think really anybody expected that. I think a lot of people expected Peterson to be really good, but like not sub 3 ERA good.
Yeah, I think Hagen shouted it out. It was like over his last 170 innings, I think his ERA was like 2.8. So like,
Yeah. So I
I
was going
think
to say besides him, maybe.
I think quietly he's been like really good. I had a hashtag extend Peterson. I mean, he's been their most reliable arm. Kodai Senga's been down. Frankie Monson pitched. Sean Manaea was like going to do something and then he got like re-injured or something. So like David Peterson has been carrying really the Mets rotation. Clay Holmes has been up and down. Like he's had good starts and he's had blow up starts. This is his first year as a converted starter, but David Peterson has been more than what the Mets could have asked for. He's been anchoring the rotation. Andrew Abbott has a 2.13 ERA on the year. He was great last year. Towards the end of the latter half of the season, it was just not the best. I think his ERA was like approaching like 5 in that stretch. But we saw his first, I think 4 or 5 starts was unbelievable. Racked up a ton of Ks. And he's doing the same thing over the full course of a year now. Was finally named an All-Star. And I mean, yeah, you give up 2 runs over 6 innings. That's probably a game you should win. They end up not winning the game. But yeah, just 2, I would say, really underrated pitchers. I didn't have any other notes on the offense because I don't think there was a multi-hit game from anyone in that game. So I wasn't going to mention it that much. And the guys that did get RBIs, I didn't think it was worth mentioning that much either. But just 2 underrated stars in terms of starting pitchers this year.
Sorry, I was just reading this comment. Peterson has all 6 of those starts.
Bro, he's been carrying the rotation.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't even realize that. I mean, you know, Senga and Manaea haven't really done much because of the injuries, but dude, I mean, I feel like I should be hearing way more about David Peterson.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff doesn't jump out at you, but the results, if you go and look at it as just actual results, you don't look at the advanced profile too much. He's been very, very serviceable for the Mets.
Yeah, no, very. But we move down to another NL East team who unfortunately didn't get the win today. The Yankees managed to bounce back from that horrible bullpen game to start off the second half, end up winning the series against the Braves there in ATL. Aaron Judge went 1 for 4 with a walk, and he also hit a homer today. Now batting .352 with that OPS, Ethan, near 1,200 on the year, and we're approaching August.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Judge is literally, if you go and turn all your sliders up on MLB The Show, you put it on only fastballs, so you're getting them right down the middle. That's what Aaron Judge is doing right now.
Yeah, and when Aaron Judge does that, I mean, hell, Braves. When Aaron Judge does that, though, I mean, it just opens the floodgates for the Yankees. It just makes, the entire bats come alive. And I say all the time, hitting's contagious, but I mean, even with this team, when you see your captain going up there and doing what he's doing, also helps a guy like Giancarlo Stanton, who also went 3 for 5 today, has a 286 average now and an 863 OPS on the year. Saw this earlier, but in the month of July, Ethan, his OPS is near 1,200.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
they're getting him heating up right now, which is huge. I said I don't care if Stanton back and hits 100. I just want him, to be hot by the postseason. It's looking like we're getting him a little bit hot here before that, well before that, which
for sure
I love.
I mean, you have Jazz today. Jazz went 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. He's still hitting around 250 with an 845 OPS. The home run derby stuff that happened to him, that's out of the window. Jazz is just simply being back to one of the most productive players in baseball when he's actually on the field. Marcus had a good start.
Yeah.
That was the most amazing thing when I was looking through the game today. Marcus Stroman had a good start. It wasn't just a good start. It was a quality start. Mm-hmm. 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 4 Ks. The other thing I wanted to talk about, too, I know the Shohei thing is going on with PCA for the MVP stuff. If Ronald Acuna Jr. keeps up the current pace, Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to finish top 3 or top 4 in MVP voting, and he missed, I think, almost the first month and a half, 2 months of the season.
Yeah.
What Acuna Jr. is doing right now is unbelievable. He goes deep again today, 2 for 4 with a home run. He's hitting .326 with a 1047 OPS. He's been one of the most productive players since coming off the IL. And I know the Braves are probably going to sell and stuff like that. But if this guy keeps it up at this rate, there's no way he's not a top 3 MVP finisher. He's been insanely good.
All right. To be fair, with this 10 games under 500 comment, they were in the gutter before he even came back. So like you can't like put that on him.
On Acuna?
Yeah, you can't use that as a way to take
No,
MVP
I
votes
mean, I
away.
know that there's like clubhouse stuff going on with him, but like when this guy is hitting close to 330 with an OPS north of 1,000, and he has I think 13 or 14 home runs already, which like feels like he just came back. And the first pitch that he saw off Nick Pivetta hammered it. Like this guy hasn't missed a beat. He's had 2 ACL surgeries. He's still going out there stealing bags, and we saw the can. We didn't even mention the throw that he made the other
I was
day.
about
It's
to, but I'm glad you did.
probably the best throw I've seen since like the Cespedes throw in Los Angeles against the Angels. The guy can do everything on a baseball field. And other than maybe Ketel Marte, who's just simply been unbelievable again with his like little IL stunt to start the year, I would say it's going to be PCA, Shohei Ohtani, Ketel Marte, and a guy like Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah. No, I mean it just doesn't matter if they were in the gutter when like how is he going to pull him out of that on his own? Like
No, I mean other than him and Matt Olson, who by the way, I don't did you go 3 for 3 in the home runs
I
or
went
just
two
two for
for
three?
three, man. Soler had 2 hits today, and not one of them was a home run.
Yeah, your boy Matt Olson 1 for 4 with a home run. He has an OPS at 836. He's still been like underrated this year just because I think the Braves have been that bad, so he's not
Yeah.
getting talked about. And Ozzy Albies has not the best. Austin Riley's kind of having like a little bit of a down year. He was hot, but he's kind of cooled off a little bit too. So, yeah, Ron Acuna Jr. and Matt Olson are like kind of just carrying the offense right now.
I love this comment. PCA was hitting like sub 200 against lefties, and then hit 2 against Garrett Crochet today.
Dude, I've been
What more do
saying
you
it
got to
for
see? Like
I've been saying it for weeks now, and I've even said it a few times on Twitter. I don't understand why this guy gets so much hate. You can look at all this and I get it. Toby and I look at it all the time too, every day. But this guy is consistently going out there in doing fantastic. Same thing for Spencer Jones. Dude, Spencer Jones, like people were calling him a bust. He had the most strikeouts in all of MILB. He's hitting over 300 with 25 bombs and an OPS over 1,000. And it's like almost the exact same profile. Low Z contact rate, high chase rate, high K rate. PCA is, like I said, he's one of the best bad ball hitters in baseball. You can go and look at half of his home runs. They're not even strikes. And he's just able to make quality contact on all pitch types. And until PCA really starts to struggle, dude, you kind of just have to hop on board because even if he does next year 15, 18 home runs, dude, he's a walking 5 to 6 WAR player because he's so good defensively too.
yeah.
So I don't know why this guy gets so much hate. And he seems like a great guy too.
Nah, he like genuinely like is a great guy. From what all the stuff I saw this All-Star break, and I mean even we talked about this I think on even the last show, like the little interview we had during the All-Star game where they were asking kids, or they were asking him like if kids want to be like you, what do you tell them? And he says, I hope you be the exact way you're supposed to be.
Yeah,
Like
he said that was the reason why he was struggling. Like he was trying to copy other people's games. He wasn't like trusting himself as much. But like, yeah, I don't get the PCA hate, man. I don't get it.
he's just like there's not a more fun baseball player to watch right now than PCA. So like I don't understand how you could hate a guy fun to watch. Like you said, seems like a great dude off the field. I don't I don't
get
understand the hate. I mean, Marcell Ozuna gets less hate.
Yo,
Not to throw like strays, but like, what are we doing?
You could throw strays. That guy's some questionable stuff off the field to say the least. But
Bro, the Mets comments right now are crazy.
Dude, I know that was a hindsight like 2020 move, but the fact that they moved guys for Pete Crow Armstrong package and then ended up not making the playoffs. And granted, Javier Baez was really good for the Mets too. But yeah, could you imagine an outfield with Juan Soto and PCA? Holy shit.
Imagine that's PCA, not Tyrone Taylor taking reps out there every single night.
That's
no shade at Tyrone Taylor either, because like he's not like terrible.
I know the Mets are not going to get Luis Robert, but dude, Luis Robert would be a really solid for them in center. Granted, Tyrone Taylor's been okay, but I could see something like that.
Never forget Trevor Williams was in that deal as well.
Shout out Trevor Williams.
We got about a handful of games more to cover here, and I love the next one that we're going to get into because the White Sox starting off the second half, Ethan, 3-0. They take down the Pirates today. What are you going to say?
Did you see the guy standing on top of the bridge? today with the Pirates. It was like I think it was 7-0 or something like that, and up there, and it was like a meme because of it. He ended up just like climbing up the bridge. But the fact that the White Sox come out of the first half and sweep the Pirates, and then they go and play us. So this isn't like I guess a walk in the park really.
Now you're cooked.
But and I hope not.
I'm just kidding.
But Chase Meidroth, Michael A. Taylor, Mike Tauchman, Miguel Vargas all had 2-hit games, and Vargas and Tauchman each hit a home run. I don't know if you saw Mike Tauchman hit an absolute tank today.
Yeah.
Miguel Vargas is probably one of the guys they're circling to with like a Luis Robert. Please just get Luis Robert out of Chicago. He's going to absolutely flourish. His first game back, he had a 5% catch probability catch and then smoked a home run too. And I think the last week plus he's hitting over 3. So just get Luis Robert out of Chicago. And Aaron Savali had a good start. I haven't really said that too many times this year. The only pitch that like really grades that well is Savali's cutter. But he did carve up the Pirates. 6 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 6 Ks. The White Sox being hot coming out of the first half in the All-Star break isn't something that I expected at all. And I really hope that the Rays can play them pretty well. I'm assuming they will, but I mean, they outscored the shit out of the Pirates and swept them. So, I mean, great for the White Sox. They deserve it.
Yeah, no, I love how you mentioned that they just outscored the shit out of the Pirates because they really did. They put up 27 runs and only gave up 7.
Take that any day of the week. Probably the best series the White Sox have had all year.
Yeah, and Aaron Savali today looked really good as well. Like I think he fired off. I have it written somewhere, but he fired off like 6 innings pitched, strikeouts, and dude, I mean Andrew Heaney, man, didn't look good today. 7 earned runs.
7 earned runs.
Just saying.
If Andrew Heaney. I mean, Andrew Heaney's. I mean, it's got to be a daily thing. I think there's been like maybe 5 or 6 strays on Andrew Heaney. No disrespect to him, but at the same time,
no, I'm just kidding. No disrespect. No disrespect
to Heaney. If Heaney is getting moved, the trade value, I think, other than the first like half, he was really good. Like Andrew Heaney was really solid, but I think the last couple starts probably has gone down a little bit. I don't know where he would. Please do not put him with the Yankees again. if that is your guys' bulk of the rotation additions, that wouldn't be the best. But yeah, Andrew Heaney 7 runs is not ideal. Good for the White Sox. Like I said, any positives about the Sox and the Rockies right now you have to mention because there really hasn't been a lot, frankly, at all.
Yeah, no.
Imagine Luis Robert on the Pirates. I don't trust their development, but it would be so fun with Oneil Cruz. I don't know if you've seen like the White Sox pre-game workouts, like stretch it. They don't stretch. Like there's videos of them like seriously, like they're shitting around. Luis Robert Jr. is joking around with the athletic trainer, and this team gets injured especially Luis Robert. Luis Robert has a hamstring injury. Seems like once a year at least, or some type of leg injury flare up. Luis Robert, I get he's been bad for like 160 games now. The OPS is, I still think, like sub 650. Dude, like look at the team he is playing on. That is like, it's not getting talked about enough. If you get him out of Chicago and in a winning environment, and he's the 6th or 7th guy on the team in terms of circling names and not letting him beat you, he's going to flourish. If he goes to a decent team, he's going to ball out.
No, I completely agree. The only I have so much fatigue with the Luis Robert trade talks. Like at this point, I'll believe it when I see it. I really will.
I don't know. I don't think his value would be too high either right now. I think it'd be not for the White Sox, it'd be really bad. But if you're trying to acquire Luis Robert, the value right now is like an all-time low. Like he hasn't been good for like, I think almost a full year now.
Hell no. Mm-mm.
And yeah, Nate said Mike Tauchman flare up hammy this year too. Like if you haven't, for anyone that is watching right now and you haven't seen that video, just look up White Sox pregame stretching. It's all of them joking around for 5 minutes, not stretching, and then they just walk back to the dugout. They're not doing anything. So it's ridiculous.
Not a winning culture.
No, I mean, It hasn't been a winning culture. Chris Getz, though, I will give credit. Chris Getz has been unbelievable drafting. The White Sox had a pretty solid draft, and they have some dogs. They have some dogs in the system too. So the White Sox in like 2-3 years will be a lot more fun of a brand of baseball to watch on a daily basis.
Yeah, they took 2 friends of the show here, so I mean we're very high on their draft. But let's move down. We got 4 more games. Angels versus the Phillies. Angels took the series against Philadelphia this weekend, and Lamont Wade was the star of the show today. Came in for Nolan Schanuel. We talked about it before. I'm not positive. Maybe someone in the chat can confirm if he was taken out with an injury. Wade comes in, he gets the call and gets told you're going. Goes 3 for 4 with a homer and an RBI. Also a walk there as well. Taylor Ward went 2 for 4, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs. Jorge Soler didn't get me a homer. It's all right. I got 2 before that. So he went 2 for 4. And Jose Soriano looked really good today on the bump. 7 innings pitched on 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, and now has a 3.83 ERA on the year. Is Soriano a guy that we could watch to maybe get moved? I know that yeah, Max wants you to check your text.
Yeah, well, I have DND on right now.
What was I saying about Soriano? Could we see him get like maybe possibly moved at the deadline here? I know the Angels maybe might go in and try to make the wild card, but
I hope they do. I don't see them doing that, which I don't know. I think next year's probably the year they could do that. I know even like Kikuchi stuff has been rumored too, but it's kind of all over the place. But yeah, Soriano's stuff is gross. Last year, like the sinker can get up to triple digits. Like the fact that you're doing that is crazy enough. I think the control has gotten better. The overall stuff this year has just gotten a lot better. But yeah, I think if the price is right, you could probably trade Soriano, but the package would have to be like pretty solid because the upside in him with just the pure stuff is elite, I would say.
Yeah. No, he looked really, really good today. And I forget who hit the one tank off of. Oh my God. I was watching the game and I forget. It was like Otto Kemp.
Yeah, Otto Kemp had a decent game
off of him. So not a bad showing at all for a guy like Jose Soriano, who is probably going to have a monster second half. But 3 more games left. Padres Nationals. Mackenzie Gore got tagged really badly today. 8 earned runs. Little setup shout out from Shula. We appreciate you, Shula. But back to Mackenzie Gore getting absolutely tagged by his former team today. 8 earned runs. It went only 2 1/3, Ethan. And that was partly because Xander Bogaerts had an absolute day at the plate. Had a grand slam off of him.
Xander Bogaerts hit an absolute tank today off Mackenzie Gore. And yeah, I got the shout out from Lewis. Lewis is going absolutely crazy in the group chat. But hopefully Gore can continue what he did in the first half because like people were waiting on the breakout. We finally saw it. But like your first game after the All-Star break and you give up an absolute stinker and you let Xander Bogaerts take you deep, which granted, he's actually been pretty solid for like the last 20 games. So I'll give him credit with that. But Jose Iglesias, Jake Cronenworth, they all collected 2 hits. Nick Pivetta had a really good start too. This has just been like one of the most underrated moves that the Padres made. I know that there was like issues with Boston. The stuff had like always been there, but there was like some control issues. He's just been very serviceable for them. And Dylan Cease too. Dylan Cease the other day looked great. The Padres in the second half are definitely need to be watching. Dylan Cease, granted, like the ERA is still high, hasn't been as good as the last 2 years. He leads MLB in whiffs. So the stuff is still completely there.
Yeah.
And they have a great showing today against Mackenzie Gore, who is like not a slouch in the slightest. But yeah, Nick Pivetta, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 5 Ks. He's got a 2.81 ERA on the year. Padres, fantastic pickup for
absolutely fantastic. And I saw a comment, is Gore getting
no, not even
I've
close.
Heard that. No, he's not.
No.
Especially not after today. But they need him to build around for the future. So that's about all on that. Orioles today, they actually got 1 from your Rays. You guys couldn't get the sweep and break the brooms out there. It's all right.
No, I mean, honestly, a great game though.
Yeah, very good game.
Jackson Holliday, Ryan O'Hearn, and Alex Jackson. Alex Jackson didn't just hit a home run. He hit it out of the ballpark. Alex Jackson left George M. Steinbrenner Field today. Trevor Rogers had another good start. Dude, this guy's got a 1.74 ERA. He added a slider and he added a sweeper. The mixes are a little bit different too. He's looked really good. It's making the Kyle Stowers trade a little bit worse. I'm still. I mean, the Baltimore Orioles still obviously regret that, and I think Connor
Yeah.
Norby was a part of it too. So,
Mhm.
but Trevor Rogers today, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. And the only other note I had for the Rays was Junior Caminero. He went 2 for 5 with an RBI. He has an OPS now above 800 again, which is good. I don't know if you saw the ending of the game. They got absolutely hosed on a 3-0 call. Granted, he's probably taking it any day of the week, but kind of got squeezed there. I think I would have walked in a run. And Felix Bautista was like the tires were coming off the car. Like he did
Yeah.
not look good
No.
today.
Mm-mm.
So I mean, great game of baseball. I mean, Alex Jackson hit one out of the ballpark. I kind of left with something even though we lost the game today.
Yeah, for the Orioles, that's what's really going to be the key for them is like you expect guys like O'Hearn and Gunnar Henderson and even Jackson Holiday at this point to step up. You get a guy like Alex Jackson hitting a homer in a game, you have to win that game. Like
it's a must. It's
gotta
Alex
do
Jackson or Jacob Stallings. I think it's the 5th catcher they've added this year with the Adley Rutschman stuff. If those guys even remotely, like, I mean, you kind of have to win a ball game.
Yeah,
but I'm surprised. We took 2 out of 3. We beat Dean Kremer, who we literally have not beaten, I think, at all over the last 3 years. So I'll take 2 out of 3. And then we play the White Sox, which, I mean, we just mentioned they just outscored the Pirates 27-7 and swept them. So
yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Still got to play a good brand of baseball against the White Sox.
Be something to watch for sure. Last game though on today's slate, besides obviously this Rangers game that's going on, so we probably won't get to that one, but it's all right. We'll touch on school. We'll start for sure at least. Blue Jays took this game against the Giants on Sunday 8-5. Vlad, Springer, Addison, Barger, they all hit tanks today, and a multi-hit day for Bo Bichette as well. They were able to fend off a really good Giants offense that also looked really good today, and they needed to put up runs because when Jose Barrios is pitching, even if he's giving you a good start, you're going to have to give him a lot of run support. They were able to fend off Matt Chapman, Elio Ramos, Jung-Hoo Lee, Dom Smith, Andrew Kisner, who all had multi-games. You have a handful of guys getting a multi-hit game, and you still come out on top, Ethan. It's always a good sign for a team like the Blue Jays, who honestly, they need to win every single game now.
Oh, I mean, dude, Addison Barger has been unreal this year. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I know like the home run stuff was down, power metrics were down. He's going to ball out in the second half. This guy had a 211 WRC plus in the second half last year. Mm-hmm. Expect him to really get going. He had a home run today. I honestly don't have too much more on that. We'll touch really quick on the Tiger stuff. I just want to mention Tarek Scoopball. Tarek Scoopball today, 6 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 11 Ks, bro. This guy is like inevitable what he does. We mentioned it with Crochet. It's probably Crochet, Scoopball, Wheeler, and Skeens. You know exactly what you're getting. And Tarek Scoopball, argue a wall, is the best pitcher on the planet. He lowers his ERA to 2.19. Like, he's just insane at this point.
Yeah. Nothing more needs to be said about that. He's unbelievable. And even when he's getting hit by guys that, typically in the past have done pretty good against him, like we saw Corey Seager hit, I think, a 97-mile-an-hour heater off the outside part of the zone, like down the left field line for a double or something, and he just laughed it off and like was talking to him about the pitch. Like, he just has fun out there.
Yeah.
And it's great for baseball. Like, again, I wish my mom's running an Ironman right now so she actually couldn't see the start, but like for her saying that he can have a great personality for like the All-Star game or like to be a face of baseball, I mean, you can't see that and really agree with that. So she kind of caught a stray there, but yeah.
My mom's straight at 10 p.m. is crazy, Toby. We're gonna have to work on that, bro.
Yeah, luckily she's not viewing this one for the first time, so she'll probably watch the replay back and not like that too much. But that's all the games for today. But I mean, Ethan, besides all that, I think we wanted to touch briefly and maybe for the last couple of minutes here at some guys that have been really good to start off the second half. Obviously, it's only been a few games, so we're not going to take this into account too much, but there are some really cool names on like the leaderboards for everything over the last couple of days. Anybody that, stands out to you on this leaderboard here? Because I know there's a lot of names, but if you had to pick like maybe just one or two, what names stand out to you as far as how they've started off their second half?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot you could go with. I mean, Kyle Stowers has just been like incredible for over a month. I think Bryce Harper goes absolutely nuclear, and I'm only going to say that because the Phillies are going to be hella aggressive. We just saw a move today with Robertson. Expect them to make a lot more and maybe even get a guy like Luis Robert. This is like the last, I think, final hoorah with this team. They're probably going to lose some guys next year with their contract expiring and stuff like that. Bryce Harper always steps up in the big moment. We've seen him with him countless times in the postseason, especially in the World Series against the Astros. I think he goes absolutely nuclear in the second half. I'm kind of looking. I mean, I just think Nick Kurtz. I think Nick Kurtz is going to run away with the AL Rookie of the Year. I think Kurtz is just going to go absolutely nuclear. Vladdy too. Vladdy has the 211 WRC plus in the second half last year. Expect him to just go absolutely crazy. And Alex Bregman too. I don't even have to look at the numbers. Alex Bregman, I think it was like 145 WRC plus in the second half. Woba approaching 390, and the Red Sox offense is probably going to get going after the slow start post All-Star break, and it's going to be a guy like Alex Bregman and Roman Anthony that really take them, down the road to success in the second half.
Yeah, I love those shots there, especially the Kurtz one. I really agree with you that he's going to run away with that AL Rookie of the Year. As far as I go looking at this list, the names that kind of stand out to me is guys that have started out doing really good. Obviously, I said Caleb Durfor and Isaac Collins. I want to kind of shout those guys out again. Anthony Volpe's looked really good to start off the second. I'm going to watch what I say with this, because I sent out a tweet last night and I was like, nobody's ready for his second half. And then I was like, well, that could either go really poorly for me or really good.
I think it was his first career multi home run game.
Yeah, so I want to see how he does. But that was a really good way to start, and I want to see if he can carry that into maybe the next month as some kind of momentum. But with less games in the second half, I mean, I think he could put together something a lot better. Other than that, I mean, John Raves looked really good the last couple of days for Kansas City. That's a interesting name there to keep track of. Mickey Moniak's looked really good as well.
Mickey Moniak's looked great. Absolute tank today too. I think he's 14.
Yeah, Willy Adames too has looked good to start off the second half. I really want to see him bounce back really well here in the second half. Denzel Clark, I want to see what he's capable of doing here in the second half. Superstar wise, I'll go J-Ram, because I just want to see him again put together just an absurdly good complete season and see how many people don't talk about it. Brett Beatty-Saunders, probably not, but I mean, we love Brett Beatty here. So
I love Brett Beatty, bro.
I'll give him the shout. Those are, dude, double asking Beatty. That's crazy. Yeah, Brett Beatty. Yes, Brett Beatty.
Brett Beatty.
But those are all the names, honestly, that kind of stood out to me. And I mean, Ethan, just like that, man, we've crossed over, well, Vientos for sure too. But we've crossed well over an hour here. All I got for the show today. We just wanted to kind of recap the first bit of the second half. I'm sure we'll be live a bunch of times this week to talk some more baseball with you guys, maybe a mailbag episode here. Honestly, like if we want to do like a post-draft like mailbag about like, now that we're seeing more of the guys signed, Gavin Keelan just signed with the San Francisco Giants as well. So if we want to do maybe a little bit of some questions on that and rope something in as well, we could get that going. But a lot more content coming to you guys here pretty soon, and a lot more live shows here in the near future. So, Ethan, you got anything else for the people before we send it off for tonight?
No, I mean, if main thing, I want Luis Robert off the White Sox, and if he does, he's gonna go fucking nuts, bro. I'm telling you, he's gonna go crazy, bro.
Give some changes.
He's a good player.
Need some changes of scenery for guys like Rob Barrett, Ryan McMahon. To the over 650 people watching, we appreciate you guys stopping in on Sunday and just spending some time with us. Like I'll be live here probably a few more times throughout the course of the week. As always, a lot of content on X from me and Ethan throughout the entire week as well. So
have a good work week too. Sunday night, have a good work week.
Yeah, seriously, Ethan, especially you, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I forgot that your stuff in it, but yeah, definitely praying for a good work week, bro.
Yeah, my podcast job before the summer just came to a close. So if anyone's looking for a full-time worker for anything, let me know. I'm open to business here. But appreciate you guys all tuning in. We'll be back here probably in the next couple of days, if not tomorrow. But we'll see you guys whenever we see you guys next year on Inside the Diamond. Appreciate everybody tuning in. If you're watching the replay, appreciate it. We'll see you guys all here next time.